what I do want to end on is just painting this picture of a day in the life. And I did an Instagram post. Uh, and like, again, I was all in. I don't know how I had all this energy, but here we go. So this is day in the life with Raph. 5 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. Show up and set up. Decipher code, and I took a picture of our workout today that we did. I'll B-roll it in there so people try to read that handwriting. 5:30 to 8:30 a.m. We had 2 separate groups, 90 minutes each. So it was train with one group, coach up the other. And sometimes it start with training, sometimes it start with coaching. Then we transition, depending on the day. We'd swim, drown proof, parking garage sprints. I think that was Tuesday, Thursdays with the selection dudes, or Filipino stick fighting. I'll throw some more B-roll in there.
So, yeah. Some Muay Thai, something. Some knife training.
That is correct. I don't have any film of that. I took some misses, I recall. I don't know if those were intentional.
No, the intentional for you, me?
Yeah,
I try to hit you.
Yeah, straight kicks. I guess that's me. Maybe I dropped my guard. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll take responsibility. And then from one of those awesome days, we got smoothies. So cheers to Extreme Juice. Still going strong. Then we had classroom time. So the beautiful mind and just painting these pictures, and I got some great drawings of my interpretations. My biggest regret is not recording, like audio recording of these lectures, because the notes that I took were the notes that I was able and willing to receive at that moment in my career.
That's exactly it. So it means something different when you got it. Absolutely.
What is it 10 years later that now I've ingested this stuff, but what was there that I was not yet ready to absorb?
I had a coach, a very well-respected coach, and I didn't know this. He had come to one of my seminars, and probably 10, 15 years later, I saw him again, and he goes, "Hey, Raph, I need to talk to you." And so afterwards, I went and talked to him, and he gave me a big old hug, and he goes, "I was an asshole to you." And I was like, and I'd never gotten it. Like, I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, when I first listened to you talk, he goes, "You attacked everything that I believed in." And he goes, and I shut it all out. He goes, "I didn't listen to it." He goes, "In my mind," he goes, "I called you every name in the book." And he goes, 15 years later, he goes, "You were right." And he goes, I go back and I listen to, he goes, "I watch your old videos." And he goes, "There's so much there that," he goes, "I wasn't ready to hear." And I was just like, and we had like, we were in the lobby and we had like this emotion. And I was like, wow, it hit me just as hard as it hit him, because that circles back to what we just talked about, not just the athletes, but he wasn't ready to hear. And maybe I failed because maybe I punched him in the gut and be like, "Hey, don't do heavy deadlifts." And he was just like, "Oh, screw you. I love heavy deadlifts." And so maybe the way I presented that information wasn't the best for that audience.
Yeah.
So
wish I had it, but book's coming out soon, right? So then we'd go and transition out to the high school in St. Pete, and then just sweat it out with the guys. Just get covered in rust, mud,
and sweat.
It was a great time. I have no pictures from that experience. I got some of the field, but not the weight room. Yeah. I'm mad at myself for that.
Yeah.
Then we had the club volleyball girls.
Oh, that was the best.
And still to this day, I feel the most difficult population to work with is the high school female. Yeah, there was just one day, one of the girls, I can't recall her name, she's just giving me these heavy sighs. I'm like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And then she just went through the whole list of her day of all these troubles: boys, school, parents, sports, pressures. And I'm like, okay, I need to go decompress from this heavy lift of your emotions that I just did. Now pick that up.
100%.
Yeah.
So it's weird because some of those girls have never touched a weight, and they don't know they don't know that physical discomfort, and that's all. I spend a lot of time teaching young athletes, and a lot of people will call me crazy, but I have, like, for Raiders age, leading up to this point, I'll have him set the safeties, right at nipple height, and we've been putting crap tons of weight on the bar, and he fought me tooth and nail because it hurts.
Yeah.
You're wearing a significant amount, even just an empty bar, on his traps, on his brachial plexus. And I mean, there are times when I look like that parent, like he's crying, I'm over there trying to ease him, trying to coach him, that I'm yelling, and then it just turns into ugly. But by the time he got to last year, I mean, he would have 300 pounds on a bar and just stand there. You're not squatting it, you're not doing anything. I just want you to stand there, and I want you to show me the most confident posture you can. And it took that's a long, slow growth.
Mm-hmm.
But now he was just like, and then his demeanor, his face changed. And I'm like, it works. But that takes so long. And especially with female athletes, they just don't want to put that heavy bar on their back. And I tell them, down the road, you're going to want to put a heavy bar on your back, and you're going to want to squat. You're going to want to clean. You're going to want to do lunges for whatever reason. But we got to do this now, because you won't have that option if you don't take care of this now.
Yeah.
And so then they decide to do it. So
yeah, and it was cool to see, even in that short period of time, the growth from dumbbell to barbell, if you will.
Yep.
And it was cool because we were intra practice.
Mm-hmm.
You had all these different clubs practicing, teams, different age groups practicing. Then they would come to the accelerated skill acquisition, and then go back to practice. And then within the footwork and the jumps and the rotations, like, I was able to see the expectations of the coach, because I'm not a volleyball guy. Steph can attest to that. And now I was able to see, like, oh, we're piecing a lot of this together over here.
Absolutely. And especially when it comes to female athletes, we haven't solved that problem yet. We have, as a whole, there are still so many female athletes that are blowing ACLs, that I really wish that the stigma of weight training would just go away. Like, to this day, I still, the same amount of fight, the same level of fight, of parents that come in and say, I want my kid to run faster, jump higher. They're playing high school, they're playing middle school. There's all of these knee injuries, but I don't want them to touch weights. And I'm just like, I go, but you ask, why don't you? And then they spout off all of these just fallacies, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how much that fight is still fought right now.
Yeah. And then lastly here, Saturdays, surf and turf.
Surf and turfs.
I will say my swimming has dramatically improved over that course of period of time.
It did.
And
100%.
there was one moment where we were going around some part of the bay, and you spotted a shark, and you just floated to the back of the caboose of the train that we were running. And then, I don't know, you didn't tell me about it until we were just safe eating donuts.
Yeah, somebody
And I'm like, well, I would have.
I'm trying to remember who it was with us, because it was somebody right behind me. I'm trying to remember if it was John or not, but I remember saying, hey, there's a fin, and he knew exactly. And I said, take the guys in, I'll take the rear to make sure it doesn't come up from behind us. And I remember sitting there the whole time, and it was cold water, and I remember sitting there like, God, just, if you're gonna eat me now. Like, don't make me finish. Don't make me go through miles of swimming and not finish me. Like, do it right now in the beginning. Just end it. That was funny.
Yeah. And I was just happy-go-lucky fighting with the water. And the water was fighting back. And then,
But that's the thing. It's splashing. That's what generates the interest of the fish.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of splashing.
When you start splashing. So I'm like, it's one of those funny things is when we're in the water, I don't remember what it was. I think it was a manatee was in the water, and I remember it was coming up on Steph. And I remember going, okay, what do I do? If I tell her, she's going to freak. If I don't tell her, she's going to freak. So I was like, hey, Steph, don't freak out. She's like, what is it? And I go, oh, and then she freaked out, but it ended up being a man. I was like, it's a manatee. Just calm down, but it's right behind you. And she's like, I remember having that argument to this day, like, should I not say anything? Should I say anything? Because if it's a shark and you splash, it's like one of those things where people go, hey, the dog can sense fear, so don't be afraid. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
I'm glad you didn't tell me. I would have freaked out and splashed harder.
That's the problem. It's, do you start splashing harder? And the issue is, you look at the mannerisms of the shark. Is it darty? Does it have his fins down? Are they up? Is he making very dramatic turns, or is he just kind of smoothly cruising? And he was smoothly cruising. And so that's, I kind of assessed that, and I go, he's not darting yet. If he's darting, I would have pulled you guys out. It would have been like, hey, this is over, let's get inside. But he seemed to be just like, hey, what's going on over here? So
I need to take a breath. Calm down. Well, dude, there's almost too much to cover. I just wanted to highlight some fun things and then introduce lessons that I was still thinking through as I'm coaching. And this is something I'll never give up. My career started sport and strength, and then still keeping with that within lacrosse, just seeing the connections, just valuing a lot of the time that I spent with you and just seeing the skill acquisition. And I can't give up the strategy of sport. I love it so much. That handoff when I wasn't coaching lacrosse, it always killed me.
yeah.
So now I'm in the action and allowed to coach the strategy, the strength, and be in the full circle of leadership where we are diving into the psychology of discomfort. We're building that team. And now I'm putting it to the ultimate stress and reminding them of the lessons that we taught during the training.
It's hard. The psychology of discomfort is probably one of the most difficult things for a coach to really dial in, because it's such a dance between the coach and the athlete, and that's the hardest part. Like, for instance, when you watch the guys today and they're doing the cleans, and he wasn't getting it. He was just like, he was here. He also, a Raiders partner, he also is very fearful of failure. So when he can't do something, you can tell he immediately goes from, I'm writing an A to now I'm C level. I'm just going to go average because now I'm in self-preservation mode. And what I've learned over the years is sometimes you get athletes that when they start overcomplicating things, you go from a generalized learning application to an endpoint learning application, where you just say, this is what the end should look like. You figure it out. And in that instance, he can drop that fear of failure, because he is an amazing front squatter. He has an amazing rack, great hip mobility, elbows are nice and high. And I said, listen, don't care how you get there, but get to that position. And he did it. And it was just like, you can tell there was an immediate flip of his switch. He stopped thinking about A, B, C, D. He just go to Z. Figure out how to get to Z, but you get to Z as powerful as you possibly can. And next thing you know, bam, he catches it and it looks great. It looks like he had never struggled with it ever. And so just being able to get that psychology of discomfort and understanding, it's not a physical discomfort for him. It was all emotional. It's like, oh my God, all these cute girls are staring at me. Raph is in front of me yelling at me. And this new guy, Chris, is over here. We're all watching. We're judging. We're watching. We're judging.
Cleaning 215.
215. I'm over here lifting, a Mack truck weight over here. And so for him, it was all emotional. And so being able to just to shed that away from him and give him a chance to be successful just physically. So,
and then reinforcing the lesson, reminding him, closing that feedback loop for him, which is great.
Yep.